Before I started the course, I was completely overwhelmed and I felt sick going to work and I felt quite nauseous. Whereas now I feel like there's been such a massive shift in the way my brain sees my business and what I do. And because I'm so much better connected with my why, a lot of problems seem to dissolve.
So the program's given me so much of my headspace back, because instead of going off into la la land with all the possibilities, I've now got a structure and a map, and I know what I need to do and I know how to do it. And we've actually gone through and set business goals, my business manager and I, and we know what we're focused on and we know what the goals are. And in the past, we sort of had these wafty ideas, but they weren't actual goals. So Chris is really good at helping you really nail down on what's important and how you're going to get there.
Before I started Chris's program, we were really struggling with understanding our trajectory as a business, and also even just making that first step of where do I start if I want to understand how profitable my team is, understand what I need to do to move the dial in terms of getting more profit.
Chris worked with us to change the language to suit a not-for-profit or a human services industry as opposed to a pure profit business, and so people understood at the end of it that there isn't a disconnect here. We want to deliver great services. We want to do more because there's a huge number of people who are missing out at the moment. We want to meet that need, but we don't have a magic pool of money bucket somewhere under the table. So how are we going to do more with less, and how are we going to do it in a business mindset, but not lose our humanity?
The Accelerator program for us has been fantastic to put a real microscope on the business, pulling apart all aspects of the business, which has been quite daunting, but fantastic at the same time.
What I was hoping to get out of it was a clear understanding of, what the team's priorities are and how that can ratchet up into, achieving some of the goals that we have for Kirinari and being able to provide more people in the community, more services. And that's what we're about. And I think we really got there. I think there was a really clear idea of, what are the systems that we need to create to enable and to ensure that we create time to make sure that we're looking forward and not always being stuck in our everyday workload.
I don't think enough small to medium business owners invest in themselves and invest in what they need, and you don't know what you don't know.
I would certainly frame it as being one of the best decisions that I've made for my business.
And so customers are coming in saying, something's changed. What's going on? There's a lot more buzz and there's a lot more energy. There's a lot of liveliness. What's changed? And I know exactly what's changed. It's because I've got clarity about how I communicate what we do.
Feeling like things are they're just clearer in the direction that we need to go and the things that we need to focus on to make these changes.
Just in the 8 weeks that we have been doing this course with Chris, we have actually gotten out of a bit of a hole in terms of our profit.
The immediate benefits is in the conversations people start having and the language that people start using.
So I feel like we're doing something really amazing now, whereas before I would have questioned whether we were.
It's all around creating the legacy that we need to be who we are. And Chris's program helps us to do that.
There's not a business in the world that doesn't need Chris Green. He's amazing. I think every business needs a little mini Chris Green in their pocket.